What's up, guys? We're back. Recovery Today magazine, another section of Scummy Unplugged. Today, I gotta guess, I'm excited to hear your story, man. Seen you on Instagram. I think that's how we met. Terry Lamb. I don't even know how to introduce you, dude. You're definitely a warrior. But let's tell the people who you are, man.
My name's Terry Lamb. I'm 29 years old. I currently live in Idaho. I work for Spartan Race Inc. I travel around building races and just encouraging other people to be the best human beings they can be. You know.
All right, let's stop there. Let's pick it up. How you got to that point? Because I don't think you were born and you just wanted to become this Spartan warrior, racer, gnarly guy, man. I heard a little bit of your story, and I'm personally interested to really dive into it. But let's go back, man. We're obviously here for Recovery Today magazine. Don't think you were the sober guy from day one. How was the early stages of your life?
I grew up, I relate to a lot of people. I grew up, rough childhood. I went to like 20 different schools as a kid. Alcoholic stepdad. Yeah. I went through abuse, and I started like partying and stealing beer and just running amok at like 12, 13. My mom sent me away to live with my stepdad to stay out of trouble, but she sent me to California. I did good for about a year and then just sent it the other direction again, started partying. And
at a young age, at 12?
Yeah, 13. Like 13, 14.
Yeah. Ditching school, the whole deal?
Yeah, ditching school, stealing 40s, drinking, partying, smoking. Then I did like you can relate to it, the freestyle motocross, the bad boy thing, for a while. And
you rode?
Yeah, I did ride.
You did, all right.
For years. I ran your graphics on my bike for a while.
Nice, I didn't even know this, I like it. And you were, at this time, you were in Riverside?
Yeah, this was in Riverside.
Which is kind of a little hardcore area, I guess, for the party scene back then?
Yeah, it's nonstop. Like, you can always find like a kickback in a party, and it just never ends. It's 24/7. Lifestyles of the rich and the famous on a minimum wage budget.
Yeah, for sure. So did this lifestyle, how was that? Was it kind of becoming a way of life at that age, or did you have any future goals, or you're just kind of going with it?
I just kind of went with it for a long time. Like, I had dreams and ambitions, like to be a writer and like to be on the militia and all that stuff. Yeah. But I just drank and partied away. Like, it was easier to go party and not deal with stuff from my past and not address things. So I just constantly, every weekend, like, I would, as soon as I got off work, like, grab a beer, drink, smoke, party. That's all I did, like, all the time. I put everything else important on the back burner. Yeah,
for sure. Fast forward a little bit. This point in your life, which kind of changed a lot, this car accident. Tell us about that, man. Because so the partying just kept on going. I mean, right? Was it at that time, were you addicted to partying?
Yeah, and it was, I was an opportunist. If someone had pills and I was drinking, I would pop pills. I smoked and drank mostly, but if somebody had it and it was there, like,
it was mainly alcohol for you at that stage?
Yeah, alcohol and bud. Yeah, just smoking and
anything along. Why not take it?
Yeah, if someone had them, like, yeah, send it, cool. Like,
yeah, it's a for sure answer as an addict. Why wouldn't you do that, right?
Yeah.
So kept on going, and then this part in your life, which I feel kind of was a big deal, that car accident you were telling me about. How did that go down?
So nitrous became like a big thing on the scene, and filling up NOS tanks and going to parties. And Buddy called me to go fill up the tank, and I told him no a few times, and then I finally said, all right, yeah, let's go. And we went and did it, and I dropped him, and like, I think I had like 5 people packed in this little Civic. I just dropped everybody off, and I told him, give me a balloon. I want to take it to my buddy that hasn't tried it before. And was sitting at a red light, and I had the balloon in my mouth, and put my car in gear, and I was trying to change the CD, and the guy behind me honked. So I made a left turn, and I went through the center divider. Well, I inhaled the balloon. Then I went through the center divider for like 100 yards. I hit a storm drain. I rolled 3 times, and as soon as I landed to a stop, I was in the oncoming lane. So an F-150 T-boned me doing 70. The car caught fire. They put it out. I shattered my forehead, shattered my eye sockets, shattered my cheekbones, shattered my nose, shattered my jaw, broke 2 vertebrae on my neck, 3 on my lower back, 6 ribs, compressed a lung, and then hairline fractured every bone in my body.
Jesus.
I'm permanently blind in my left eye, and they told me by 26 you'll probably be in a wheelchair from arthritis. I'll be 30 this year, and I'm not in a wheelchair, so.
It's amazing how sobriety, like, well, I don't want to get into that right now, but it's amazing, man. I got goosebumps. How you didn't die. What if that was a certain point in your life where it was meant to be?
Yeah.
I don't know. So after that, I mean, did you think you were dead in the car? Were you coherent, or?
You know, I woke up and they were cutting me out, and the jaws of life were like right here. And all I saw was flashing blue lights, so I went into like defense mode and was like, oh, I didn't do it. I thought I was gonna get a ticket. The paramedic said, sit still, you need to relax, you need to listen to us. And I remember like laying back in my chair and like leaning my head back, like, okay, you better do exactly what they say, because I realized like the condition of my body. I touched my face, and this eye was actually like hanging down a little bit, like out of the skin. And I touched it and it burned, and I remember seeing all the blood, and I was like, okay, like this is bad. And
obviously, were you in a lot of pain, or was it so much pain you just kind of blacked out and you,
Yeah, I definitely blacked out. Like I started to like, I remember twitching a little bit. I don't know why I was twitching. I'm assuming shock.
Yeah, for sure.
Then I went out, and then I woke up in the ambulance, back and forth. And then I just remember being in the hospital after that.
So did they charge you with a DUI? Did they get you for that, or did they know?
Didn't. I was in such bad condition. Well, they can't really prove, like nitrous doesn't stay in your system. So like they didn't know like what I was doing exactly, and I didn't have anything.
You're the only other person that I've talked to, because I was on heroin, but like I said, the last three months of my deal, I got into huffing dust off computer cleaner, and I got pulled over, and they didn't know, dude, this guy's loaded, but what's he on? The same type of deal. That stuff was the worst drug I've ever used, and it's so easy for a kid to use that. It's gnarly, man. That stuff is gnarly.
Yeah.
So you got in the hospital. So that was 10 years ago. You were 26 months sober. So there's a gray area in there. So that did not wake you up to change your life around. What happened? How long was the recovery after that? I mean, you should have been dead.
Yeah.
How was that recovering from that?
I got worse right when I got out, in the sense that I felt like bulletproof. I was like, well, what, are you gonna kill me? Like,
yeah.
I already tried, I've already done it. You know,
You
like,
see what I survived, I can do anything.
I would tell people, what, are you gonna hit me harder than an F-150 going 70? Because I was that like,
yeah,
just over the top. But I had this laundry basket full of like pain pills and everything. And it's amazing that I wasn't addicted to all those. And actually, I was, to a sense. Like, my dad came in one day and he said, I took like 3 Vicodin or whatever that you're supposed to take every 4 hours. And he says, what are you doing? And I said, I'm taking my pills. And he said, why? And I said, well, it's been 4 hours. And he said, but are you in pain? And I stopped and looked at myself in the mirror, and I was like, well, no.
But it says my name on these pain pills, says take them every 4 hours.
Yeah.
Why not? So
I gave him the basket, and he took it and like took it away from me, and I like dodged that bullet slightly. Right there, like caught that. But still, I would sneak in his room.
You never got addicted to opiates after all those pills and everything? Never?
No, and it's crazy. Like I said, like when I was drinking, I would take them if they were there, but I wasn't buying them regularly or like stealing them or looking for them. If they were there and someone was giving them to me, I would pop them, but I didn't like dig and look for them.
That's crazy. So at that point, you didn't want to change your life around. You didn't think you had a problem. I survived the gnarliest crash. I'm good. I don't have a problem. What was next in your life? What did you want to do? What was the next chapter, I guess?
I talked about like I started writing a book and like working on stuff that I wanted to do, but I would do like a page or two, and then I was partying again.
Yeah.
And drinking. And then I moved to Idaho to quit drinking, and I was around my mom, who I hadn't lived with in like, I don't know, 13 years, and there's a lot of emotion. And so I actually started drinking heavier again. Mm-hmm. I got 2 DUIs back to back. I blew a .28 and then a .19 like a month later, while driving on a suspended. I went to jail, and they said, we'll send you to rehab. State of Idaho will pay for it and everything. And I was working a warehouse job. I went in the bathroom, and I looked in the mirror, and I said, you're a fucking hypocrite if you don't take this opportunity that they're giving you. And I walked into the office of the job, and I said, hey, guys, I have an opportunity to change my life, and if you guys aren't going to let me do it, then I'm quitting. And the facility manager said, you know, that's sick. Like, we value that you came in here and even like made the step, and they let me go on FMLA, and I went to rehab.
That was it, and that was, how long ago was that?
That was, I'm actually going on 30 months at the end of this month in like 4 days.
So that was a change of your life.
Yep.
Wow. Did you go to Idaho to move away, thinking you're going to move away from your problems? You thought that was going to be the key?
Yeah, I thought like...
Which it never works.
Like,
you never thought, I'm going to go to Idaho and maybe look into a rehab, or just by moving states?
Well, it's a small town, and like my mom lives like 5 miles out of town, and I'm like, well, I won't be around anything. Like,
it's funny how that works. Everybody always says that. I'm just gonna move here. I'm gonna do this, dude. Drugs and alcohol, they will always find you, man. Yeah. And it's not till you give it that 100%, your life truly changes. But you went to rehab. How is this new chapter in life? What was the rehab? How was it?
It was incredible. I'm still friends with like the recovery coach and the people that I learned the recovery from when I was there. I feel like I needed that experience. I needed to see other people. I needed to go through that to open my eyes for it to make sense to me, and I did. Once I talked to everybody and like addressed some of the issues and admitted. I remember the first time I admitted in a meeting, like, I'm an alcoholic. I cried. I started crying.
It's powerful. That's the biggest step right there.
Yeah. And it's crazy too. I had written down what I was going to say on a piece of paper, and everyone was laughing because I like wanted to make sure it sounded right, you know, like, and now I just laugh because sharing now is just like
second nature.
Yeah, you just say it like it is. And
so what I was going to say in the first part of the interview is how gnarly just your whole life is, man, from almost dying, and now what you can start talking about is you're the Spartan guy. You work for Spartan, you do different Spartan races every week, which like you can explain what a Spartan race is, but it just shows you in sobriety like how you can truly overcome anything. Broken bones, all this. I got broken bones, dude. I run every day. It's just with sobriety, you can truly overcome everything. To a normal person, it almost sounds like I'm getting paid to say that, like how magical this is. I remember when I was in meetings hearing all these old timers say how fucking magical sobriety was, and I'm like, fuck you, dude. Like, you have no idea, like when I was still in the thick of it. But dude, all those guys were right, man. And you're living that. You went to rehab, you're making sobriety #1, and dude, look at you, dude. You are like living proof. So Spartan, how did this come in your life, which I feel is really saving your life, really making you, this is your new goal, you know, you got something to strive for, like this is what's making you hungry, dude, making you explain that. What's a Spartan race? What are you doing in that?
Spartan race is an obstacle course race, anywhere from like 3 to 15 miles with 23 to 33 obstacles all throughout the race, up in the mountains, through the mud, through the hills, barbed wire crawl. You're cut, you're beat up, you're bloody, you're bruised, you hurt at the end, but you're accomplished and you finished something hard. A
normal half marathon is for a Girl Scout. Spartan race is for the Eagle Scouts. It's like everything.
Yeah.
So that's what you do. That's your main thing.
Yeah. I mean, I trained for American Ninja Warrior too, and that's on like the to-do list, and I want to get there too. But I was watching the McGregor fight with buddies, and a Spartan race commercial came on, and I was like, oh, I'm going to do that. And a couple of friends were like, we want to do it too. And we all met through recovery.
Yeah.
So we went and did a race, and I got like, never even done it before. I got like 18th place out of like 3,300 people.
Damn.
And I was like, I'm good at this, but not only am I good, like I'm better than average people.
Yeah, yeah. And
I just ran with it and haven't looked back. I went and volunteered for 8 days straight at the World Championships last year in Tahoe. I slept in my car. They found out I was sleeping in my car, and it was like 28 degrees at night, ice on the windows. And they go, dude, we got a pull-out couch, like put me up in a condo, offered me a job same weekend. And I got hired with them. And I just run with it ever since. I mean, I just don't look back. Like, there's obstacles. It's a metaphor to me for life. Like, life is full of obstacles. Get off your ass, get over them, and life will get easier, it gets simpler.
No matter what, how bad you want something, it'll happen if you want it bad enough.
Yeah.
There's no like structure, like you had to sleep in the car, but you want it bad enough, dude. Some guy found you, have a job, like, it's just proof, dude. If you want something bad enough, you're gonna do it, and this is your deal now. You work for him, you do races all the time. So the next goal, what's your next goal in life, in this whole, is it Ninja Warrior? That's the next deal?
Yeah, my next step, like on a personal level, is to conquer Ninja Warrior, to get on the show, and just to be able to reach that many people and show them, like, look, how bad do you want it? If you want something bad enough, go get it. Make it happen. Like, no excuses. Get up, tie your shoes, figure it out. So definitely Ninja Warrior's on the list, but right now, at home, I'm working on opening a kids ninja gym, full nonprofit, to give all the local youth and the troubled teens a safe place to go, somewhere to train and hang out, and something to do to try and keep them away from addiction and the struggles that gives you in life. I've learned from my own experience that boredom gets you in trouble, and so I'm trying to give them somewhere to go, something to do.
So number one thing when people ask me, how do you stay sober? Dude, you gotta find something you're passionate about, it doesn't matter what, and go with it. Like, I'm not on your level, but for me, running every day, run 2 miles, dude, I feel great. It's almost like you get a natural high off it. Yep. You feel like you did something. You just gotta find something you love, stick with it, just what you're doing. That's why I wanted to get you in here, man. Like, you have vision in one eye, you're broken every bone in your body, you're a recovering drug addict, alcoholic. Dude, look at what you're doing in your life now that you went to rehab, you made sobriety number one, you overcame every obstacle, and now you're winning, dude. You're on top, dude. It's a rad story for anybody out there watching this. That's why we get people in here to show that you can overcome anything. And the biggest thing for hopefully people are watching this, what would you tell somebody if they're in, going through a hard time? How do you get somebody to turn their life around? Of course, rehab, but do you have anything? Because nobody has the right answer. If they did, there wouldn't be the biggest epidemic in US. What would you tell somebody to get them to turn that leaf and make the next step?
To me, it's you are and you become like the people you surround yourself with, big time. You gotta have a strong support system, support group, and it can't be support that lets you push them over. It needs to be support that holds you accountable. So definitely finding the people that love you enough and care about you enough that they don't need what you have to offer. They just want to see you succeed. They want to see you do well, but they have the passion to tell you, like, you're screwing up.
Yeah.
You got to make some changes. You got to hold the changes. So the biggest thing I would tell people is find good friends, find true friends and family, people that really love you and support you. Even if they tell you what you don't want to hear, but what you need, that's what I feel like is the most important.
So they're telling you the real shit,
Yep.
So you're coming up on 26 months sober?
Yep.
In a couple days?
Mm-hmm.
That's huge, man. Congrats, dude. It was seriously pleasure having you come in, meeting you, man. I think for all you guys out there, if you guys stubbed your toe and you guys feel that you can't get on through your day, or you guys have some sort of alcohol problem, drug problem, you can overcome all that no matter what it is. You guys, look at my guy, Terry Lamb, dude. This guy overcame everything, followed his goals. He's on top, dude, fulfilling dreams, changing lives. You guys, that's what this is all about. Sober Recovery Take Magazine, Terry Lamb, changing lives. We're out. Let's go run. Wait, what's your fastest mile?
I do like 6:02s right now.
Yeah.
So
8-minute mile right here, but whatever. I'm gonna be eating his dust. We're out. Love you guys. Sobriety's badass. We're out.